Testing, testing. Just kidding. Oh, this is my last day with the mic, bro. This is my last day in this apartment. This is my last day with this set, which has been freaking awesome. Looks so professional. Here I am to update you on what's going on in my life. I am stressed. So it's been, I don't even know where to begin. Okay, let me take a sip. I just felt like I needed to record, so I'm trying to follow that. I look white as hell, washed out. That's okay. So my experience in Key West has been insane. It was very much like an act of faith to come down here. It was something that I just needed to get out of St. Augustine. I wanted to send it somewhere. I've absolutely loved it, but it has been difficult and in a way that was expected, but with housing. And I have been stretched a little bit as far as like finances go. I'm like spending more on housing than I really like am comfortable spending, which I feel like a lot of people talk about how that's how you grow, is you get comfortable spending more money on things and making more money and talking about those higher numbers. So I'm trying to allow that to change me and change how I speak about money and how I speak about my circumstances, especially right now where I have to move out by noon tomorrow. It is currently almost 2 o'clock today, New Year's Eve. New Year's Day is tomorrow, so I have to move out tomorrow. I don't have a place to live yet for tomorrow. So I've just been like really trying to like have faith, and I feel like this whole entire month when I moved into this apartment, I was like, there was just like this wave of peace over me, and just like this like everything will be taken care of and you don't have to lift a finger. And so I've been trying to trust that and really trying to just like let myself be the person that acquires those things and just like allow myself to be at peace with not knowing. It's getting down to the wire, and I would like to know, and I'm trying to control it. And I see myself scrolling the same pages of freaking Furnished Finder and Zillow over and over again, and I am asking people, and I don't know where it's gonna come from, but I have like this, again, like this just crazy like voice over my head that says like it's gonna be okay and like it's gonna come. Less than 24 hours, bro. Less than 24 hours. This place has pushed me, and I feel like that's just like the thing about Key West is I've put myself in a very competitive place. In a place that moves abundance, that there is opportunity here, you just have to hustle. And so I am trying to also trust myself, and knowing that if I do start to spend a little bit more on housing, which is something that I know I've said it before, but like that is one thing I'm willing to spend on. For me to have a safe space to exist, to do my work out of, to be able to like set down my roots, and that's what I'm ready to do. I'm ready to set down my roots here. Like I'm ready to be here and make a more permanent situation and make it my home base. So it's not ever going to be like a place I settle down, you know, like I don't think that's coming for me, but like it's home base, and I really am excited to make this my home base. But yeah, I think housing is something that I prioritize for myself, and like I am very simple when it comes to fashion. I shop at the thrift stores and I barely shop. Like I'm not a big shopper. I get a lot of stuff, not hand-me-downs, but like from friends. I get a lot of stuff from the thrift store. Like I'm not big on having these brand name clothing. I want to create my fashion out of something that's very simple, very sustainable, and so I keep my fashion expenses limited. I have a truck that I take care of, that I make sure that I do all the things to make sure that it stays a good investment. And that's one thing I want to talk about in the future. I've already written kind of the episode, but just briefly here, I think if you take care of your vehicle, if you do the maintenance, if you do all the things that you're supposed to, it can actually be an investment. A lot of people say that it's like a depreciating asset, but I think you can create it into an asset if you change your perspective on it and you really take care of it. So I take care of my vehicle, I wash it myself, I bike everywhere here, so I barely spend money on gas. Like I said, everything I do is very simple. Like my skincare routine, my like beauty routine, my self-care routine is very simple. I refill all my oils, and it's all very, again, simple. It's cheap. It's not a $50 face cream 6 times throughout the day. It's literally one oil that I filled up for like $2 at the local refillery while I was up in St. Augustine. Like, that's how I spend my money. So in trying to expand myself to fill a bigger number for my space, I am still going to have to like figure it out in the physical as well, and like make sure that I have the income for it. And right now I have some contracts that are potential in the future, but they're not here right now. And I don't love to count my eggs before they hatch, right? And so this whole situation has been very challenging in so far as my faith and just knowing that like I'm going to be taken care of. But right now I definitely feel the pressure of I have nowhere to live tomorrow. Tomorrow, if I pack up my stuff and by noon I don't have a place to live, I'm driving up to my parents. That's crazy. I'm not ready for that. So I'm okay with that because to me, I'm like, okay, I'm going to take a week. I'm going to get my stuff. Sorry, this is just stressful. This is part of the life though. It's part of the life. And I think like I can go up to my parents, I can grab my stuff out of my storage unit and just like keep looking for places and keep like calling my friends and asking them to look for places, and something will come. There's also other projects that I'm working on, so I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to though. And that's the thing, is like I'm trusting my heart, and my heart wants to be here, and I want to be able to travel to all my places in order to do my projects, because I'm working on a couple big projects that require me to exist in a couple different spaces throughout Florida, and a couple other areas of the Southeast, to build those projects and to build some of the things that I have planned for this year. No, not the mic. But I just don't think it's time for me to like, I don't think I'm supposed to move to these different places with the pack on my back. You guys are literally sitting in my suitcase right now on my bed. My belongings are half packed. So I don't know, I'm like, maybe it's time for me to just like go other places and fulfill those goals, and maybe like it's not working at the contracts that I am working on in Key West. Maybe it's something more, but I also have a savings budget that I'm working with right now that I literally am betting on myself to be able to pull all of these projects together and try to make income out of it as a business. And that is limited if I don't have income, and I'm trying to set up my fishing job here. Like I really just like, I'm not ready to leave, but if that's what it requires of me to like fulfill some of these projects that I'm working on, is more maybe full-time existence in these various places rather than just visiting for weekends and weeks at a time, with home base being Key West, and then maybe plan ahead better next year. I don't know. So yeah, that's the situation right now. I really don't know what else to say. So yeah, it's been interesting. It's been an interesting time, but again, I'm just trying to have faith. I'm like, just it would be a bummer to have to leave, and I just don't feel like that's like maybe my plan, but my path. And I'm trying to figure out like how much of it is my actions and how much of it is like God intervention, and the universe laying things out for you as they're needed, and how much of it is just like in the moment, how like trusting myself to make the right decisions in the moment and to follow feelings that come up. Like my PT Randall, he told me, I think like literally one of his last days at his place, very similar situation to me, just decided to go to yoga, and the instructor was like, hey, I need somebody to house sit if you guys know anybody for a couple months. And so he got to live in this bang up house that like was just super legit, and it worked out for him. And I just like, I know that stuff is possible. So that's why I'm really just trying to have faith, because a lot of people have said that that's just the way Key West works. And so I'm like, okay, trusting myself in the moment is so important, and trusting these feelings. If they come up and say, Ansley, you should go here, and like, or ask this person or talk to this person, I try to follow those feelings and just know that whatever conversation happens, that I'm going to be able to navigate it. But there's also this element of planning ahead and making sure that things are taken care of. So like I've talked about in the past videos of like planning next year. What do you want to do next year? And how can you organize those things? Organization and proper planning and setting up a structure is so important to be successful. So like looking at my housing situation, I'm like, okay, maybe like I should have taken a more action-oriented approach and started talking to people when I moved into this place, and not just like hoped that something would work out, you know. But I also think it's a really difficult time in Key West to try to find something. It's busy season. Literally, people are starting to come down now to be here for a couple months, you know. And so these places are taken up. People have planned ahead. They outplanned me, bro. And so it's this weird balance of trying to figure out like what to control and what to let go, and like what to trust that you have what it takes in order to handle the situation as it comes up, versus like planning ahead. And there's an element of both that needs to exist when you are looking to move forward into the future. But I just like, I don't know. So you'll see me again. Not in this place, I don't think, unless if people cancel by a miraculous chain of events, which stranger things have happened. So speaking of stranger things, I haven't seen it yet. It looks really good. I've seen some things on the internet, on Instagram, so I want to see that, but I don't know. I'm getting off on a tangent trying to find something to talk about. Other than my freaking situation here. Because I've been thinking about it so much. And just, maybe that's it for this video. But you will see me again. I will update you on what in the hell happened. Because, yeah, there's nothing to report right now. But on a different note, I want to talk about my dad's book. So when I was home for Christmas, he gave me a copy of his book to read. I know I said that I wanted to interview one of my family members. I will interview him about the book eventually, but it just felt like something I needed to read in order to have a really good conversation with him, a meaningful conversation, and something that's beneficial to you guys. So it is called Leadership and Rhetoric, the Nature and Role of Words in Leadership. So he studied rhetoric for his doctorate degree. He is a philosopher, theologian. He has been in this work as long as I've been alive. He is the one who taught me to think as logically. I know this conversation doesn't prove that. Logically, he helped me understand how to be thoughtful, how to formulate my own thoughts, to ask the right questions, to ask good questions, and to reason those answers out. Maybe not necessarily asking somebody, but asking within, and like looking for the answers in the external, and just being observant and the philosopher's mind. So I think that was ingrained in me. So I'm excited to read this. So far I have made it through, I don't think it's called the intro, foundation. So where he basically describes the origin of rhetoric and how it relates to leadership, and it's been interesting so far. So that's why I'm excited to get into it, but I want to talk about just kind of what I've learned so far. So it's literally talking about like what is leadership and like how do we describe it, because it's something just like beauty and love and so many of the other elements of life. We can either describe it from my perspective, what is leadership from Ansley's perspective, with my experiences in leadership, with my training in leadership, my skills that I have, what do I think of leadership, and then what is the essence of leadership? So what is it to everybody? What is the global definition of leadership? And so I think it's going to be an interesting approach to understand the power of words and how we communicate these ideas and the ability to observe the things around us and what's occurring in life, the reality of our situation, and then being able to put it into words in order for others to take action. Because that's what leadership is, right? We observe these things going on. We want goals. We have goals we want to accomplish. And we have places we need to move. Like if you're in a team, you have goals that you want to accomplish. And you have to, the leaders of the team have to be able to understand those goals, understand what it takes to get to those goals, and then communicate those steps and actions needed to take and the reasoning behind the goals. You have to instill this belief that we can accomplish the goals and why we want to accomplish the goals in your team as well. So the leaders of the team have to be able to understand the big picture and then communicate it to the people they are leading to be able to execute those plans and be excited about it. And so that's basically what I've gotten so far from this book. Obviously there's like a lot to it, but I'll put the link to it in the description, and it's on Amazon, so I know it's on Amazon. That's okay, I can't help my parents. But it's on Amazon, so you can easily access it, and then if you want to read along with me, once I'm done with it, I'll probably bring it up every couple videos just to talk about what I'm learning, and then we'll sit down with my dad and talk about it, which will be really fun. I think I'm going to read a page out of a book and then call it a day. I don't know why I feel like I need to do this. Boom, I'm going to show you up close. Also this one. I read so many books. I'm in the middle of so many books. Okay, this one has been cool. It's been mostly about meditating and like connecting within in order to connect without, aka connecting to yourself in order to connect to other people. But okay, I like this one. I'm only a couple pages in, but like I said, it's talking about meditation so far. But this one, it says, true communication. Nowadays we have many means of communication, like smartphones, computers, and television. But communication has become very difficult between partners, father and son, and mother and daughter. Having many electronic devices does not necessarily improve the quality of our communication. If we are unable to be in touch with ourselves, to understand ourselves, to know the cause of our suffering, fear, and anger, then we are not in communication with ourselves. If we can't communicate with ourselves, how can we communicate with another person? Coming back to ourselves, we get in touch with our body, feelings, perceptions, and our suffering. And we develop a capacity to listen to others, to listen to ourselves, and then be able to listen to others. So, man, I feel like I have no thoughts in my brain right now. There you go. Even my moon necklace is yellow. It's never yellow. It's normally purple, indigo, blue. I'm stressed. But everything is going to be okay. So, I probably won't miss this mic because I keep knocking it everywhere, but it is pretty freaking funny. So I hope you've enjoyed this location, this mic. I know I have. This apartment has been cool. I didn't really get to stay in it for very long, obviously 1 month, and then I left for Christmas break. So, but yeah, it's been a cool little spot. I feel like it opened up my eyes to like what exactly I need to be able to function in a space. So again, looking forward to what I want next. I kind of know the bare minimum of what I need to exist and be comfortable and be able to do my work out of. So I will probably edit this pretty quickly and get it out so you guys can pray for me and send all your well wishes. And if you know anybody who lives in Key West who needs a roommate or a tenant, holler, comment below. Yeah. Trust yourselves. I'm still going to say that. I know that right now I'm just trying to trust. I'm just trying to trust. Man, sorry. I feel like this episode sucks. But that's just life, I guess, sometimes. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's Eve. Golly, this is rough. Okay. Well, that's all. I can get good power posture. Okay, sit in the power posture with me and we're gonna sign off, okay? Yes, connect to yourself. You have all the answers within. That is what this podcast is about. Or podcast or show or what the hell ever my Instagram or my YouTube is. We'll figure it out together. But what I want it to be about, what the goal of it is, however it looks, is to help you connect to yourself and change your life through yourself. The world is selling you so much, and yes, it may work for one person and they want to sell it to you. Try it. It may not work for you. It may work for you. It doesn't matter. Whatever, bro. So if I can help you, guide you, and allow you to figure yourself out and figure out what works best for you and how to take care of yourself the best and how to move forward the best in your particular situation, that is the goal. So I hope this was encouraging. I know it probably is a little like not. But I think also it's important to show the points where we have doubts. We can't always be perfect. We can't always say everything's going to work out for me all the time, because sometimes it doesn't seem like that. And then I might look at it in 2 months or a year from now and be like, dang, it worked out for me. Even though it didn't look like it, it did work out for me. And whatever I learned through that situation was what I needed to know in order to be successful now. So, connect within, spend time with yourself, learn about yourself, understand yourself, and that will help you understand people, because I can only know you to the depths that I know myself. And so, and vice versa. You can only know me as much as you know yourself. So, connect within and trust yourself. Headed into the new year, I just pray blessings over you, per usual. It's going to be interesting. I can only tell, like, I just have this overwhelming feeling that whatever is next for me is just going to blow my mind. And everything is just going to get immensely better. And I know the same for you. Just keep moving forward. So, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you on the other side when I have an apartment. And all my stuff. I just can't wait to have my drums. I can't wait to have my drums. Yeah, okay. Peace.